What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are having a great day. So, Cathie Wood's perspective on GameStop is not necessarily what you would think. She actually disagrees with Elon Musk for the first time. She explains that she doesn't necessarily think that this Reddit situation, this WallStreetBets situation, GameStop, etc., is a positive thing.
The GameStop and the let's get the hedge funds. One of the interesting things about this is uh, they're actually aiding and abetting, and I don't think you've heard this anywhere else. They're aiding and abetting the bond bubble. What is happening? What is happening? These companies that are left for dead by innovation, by the way, uh, are selling, some of their bonds are selling at 25 cents on the dollar. They're dead as doornails in many, even bond investors' eyes. Once you drop below 75 on a bond, 75 cents to the dollar, the risk of bankruptcy looms large. So now some of these companies are refinancing. They're actually accessing the equity markets. They're not refinancing their debt. They're right now, they will. They're accessing the equity markets, and their bond prices are skyrocketing. They're tripling. I think it was AMC. Their bond price has just gone from 25 cents to 75 cents.
Obviously, that's not a good thing. I'm contributing to GameStop, contributing to the GameStop-like stocks, is contributing to the bond market bubble because all of a sudden these companies have somewhat of a leg to stand on. Their refinancing, and as a result, they're selling their the company bonds at huge premiums that are not justified.
Maybe there's a shot of survival here, and maybe more so now that they've been able to do an equity offering, which they could not have done 2 weeks ago. Maybe, but I would not be putting my money there. I want to be on the right side of change. That's what ARK is all about. Do I like a two-sided market? I disagree. I agree with Elon Musk on almost everything, certainly in terms of technology. But on this point that short sellers are a negative for the market, and ARK, who were terrorized during Tesla's plunge during 2019, if you have the courage of your conviction, and our courage comes from research, back then, what did we do during that plunge when many speculators were saying they're going to run out of money? Our simple question was, how can that be? The markets have not shut down. And sure enough, they did an offering. Was it at a lower price than many of us would have liked? Sure, but it was small compared to the ones they've done recently. We bought all the way down. It was a gift for us to have those short rates.
Any of you who know Cathie Wood knows that she is extremely bullish on Tesla and she really likes Elon Musk. So the fact that she's going against Elon Musk on this point should be enough to tell everyone, to tell investors, that she really doesn't agree.
Everything you're doing is based on research. And I think with these meme stocks, people are saying, well, what's the research? Like, what are they doing this on, right? These companies, you want to be on, as you said, the right side of innovation. So has this exposed, I mean, some people think it's exposed a systemic risk to free markets, and others think it's the very definition of free markets.
Yes, well,
Where does it fall?
Oh, yeah, no. Truth will win out here. And the truth is, history is not going to be on the side of those companies that didn't invest enough to move into the new world quickly enough, and probably are not going to be a big force moving forward. So one of the things that I did find interesting, I didn't know that a stock could be, or that 140% of the float of a stock could be short. That was a surprise to me. And so I think that hedge funds, or whomever is shorting, it's not just hedge funds, there are all kinds of investors shorting out there. It's going to be interesting to see if they will stay or if they will move to such what I believe was an outrageous position relative to the float out there. So kind of, in a way, they might have seen this coming. And I do know that the one firm that got in trouble was the I guess the Reddit folks were focused on the listed puts of the, now what's unfortunate about that is they probably don't know much about OTC puts, over the counter puts. Those are opaque, they can't see them. All this move will do is push all of that market over the counter, which is extremely profitable for banks, but it's more expensive for the end investors.
So essentially these institutions are basically going to be less transparent now, specifically because of that, and everything's going to be over the counter, which the retail investor cannot see.
So it's a little unfortunate. As an investor, I always like to hear the other side of the argument, and that's the other unfortunate thing that's going on here, I think. There are people now afraid to talk about why they're bearish on certain stocks. If during our Tesla 2019 experience, if we didn't have the cacophony of investors, sell side, buy side, retail, institutionals, putting down Tesla, we wouldn't have gotten the opportunities to buy it that we did. And we wouldn't have understood how much those investors did not understand what was going to move the stock. That helped us. And if their voices are shut down, I think that will be doing a disservice to all investors, because I want to know, what are the arguments against this position? Clearly, we're missing something, but we weren't when it came to Tesla.
So that's it, guys. That was Cathie Wood. She essentially says that there are a few reasons why this Reddit movement is not necessarily good. It contributes to the bond bubble by giving these companies that should potentially be pushed out as a result of their lack of innovation a chance to refinance, a chance to sell their bonds at extremely high premiums for no reason, not based on fundamentals. And ultimately, she's an innovator. She's somebody who wants to promote disruptive technology, and so she thinks we should allow short sellers to short these stocks, should allow people to be bearish. She also thinks that it contributes to a lack of transparency, because people are afraid to talk about what they're bearish on, etc. And she also thinks that all the short positions will just move on to over-the-counter OTC markets, and again, there will be lack of transparency. People won't have the ability to make sound investment decisions. So, interesting perspective, different perspective. Most people came out, they were in support of this Wall Street Bets. I'm not saying if she's supportive, some of the underlying issues with the institutions, but definitely she sees a lot of issues in this specific movement. So, hope you guys have a great day. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.